Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Lofi-Network, Pisces Soul Tribe. I'm going to get into some general messages for you. And of course, anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. And if this reading resonated with you, please check out our sponsors, Psychic Source. They are a reliable source. I've used them. There's actually been a few channel members that have actually used them now. And I'm actually excited for what this can do for you all. It brings an open-minded perspective, one that is unbiased. And if you use my unique code, JMarion, you can get 40 minutes for $19.80. That's a lot of time, a lot of insight. So listen. Check those details down below in the description box. And hell, you can even email me and we can even discuss your reading. So let's talk about it. But anywho, let's get to your reading. Divine, what is the tea at this present moment? Okay. So we have threatening, so intimidating, threatened, bothered. This gives me the type of energy that you're probably showing up as. I feel like you are problematic, possibly to people that you were recently connected to, but it seems like connections as a whole in this particular notion right now really intimidated people, whether it was on a small scale or on a large scale. It was cause enough for people to treat you a particular type of way. Okay. And I feel like it was some sort of divine intervention or divine purpose because it was supposed to happen that way. I feel like people were supposed to trigger you into some sort of dark night of the soul or some type of spiritual elevation so that you can begin to learn a lot about your gifts. Divine, what else is here? Okay. So we have always partying. And Divine, can I have the last energy? What's the T? Okay, so we have moving on. Thank you. Next, I feel like you could be celebrating a detachment. Okay, I feel like you finally are winning in your life, and I feel like it's more so just due to the fact that you have moved on from situations in your life. I feel this is a point of no turning back for you. Okay, I feel like you could be moving on to possibly new employment, new partnerships, new relationships, especially when it's concerning family, friends, as well as romantic partners here. Divine, clarify threatening. Okay, so we have in their head overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing, as well as shine. Your light irritates their demons. I feel like people are just pretty much threatened by who you are as an individual. We don't have to go overly spiritual. I mean, we could, but I feel like the awakening that you have come into has really made you a force to be reckoned with. I feel like you see through people very clearly because your intuition at this moment is heightened. I feel like you've discovered a lot about your own personal spiritual gifts. I feel like if something feels like you're not supposed to be there, you leave. If you feel like you're not supposed to be around a particular type of person, you get from around that type of person. You're very sharp is also what I'm hearing. Okay. Divine, tell me about always partying here. Okay, so we have rejected. As I was saying, there's an old way of being that you're leaving behind. I feel like you don't have any time to play with people because this is more so what this energy is giving. I feel like you're taking life a little more serious now, and then partying can happen later. But I feel right now in this particular moment, you are focused, and that focus seems to be geared towards some possible manifestation or just betterment in your own personal life. Divine, clarify one more time, please. Okay, so we have karmic friends, can't fully trust them. Tensions, secret competitions keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So as I said, you're rejecting some old state of being. These could definitely be old partnerships, especially when it comes down to more specifically friends. I do feel like you're just on this path of focus, but this also is giving me an energy of people who are possibly going through right now. And I feel like just because they're going through now, this is going to prompt them to come towards you, because it was something that was very healing about you. And I don't feel like whoever this is or people, that they have that particular energy around them. I feel like these are the type of people who were around gossiping, who were spreading misinformation, especially when it's concerning you. And I feel like these were people who were all in your business just to keep a narrative going. Divine, tell me about moving on here. Okay. So we have crying over you, sad, hurt, upset, as well as etc. Many other different things. And then we have ain't shit. So I feel like not much has changed concerning you and these relationships with other people. I feel like these are people who are disappointed to find that you will not be returning, you will not be coming back, because I feel like these people miss you. And I feel like although eventually they will heal, I feel like a healing process would have happened a whole lot sooner if you were around. I feel like these were individuals who took you for granted. And I feel like you moved on from this space, truly, wholeheartedly. You're moving on to better things, okay? And I feel as if this is only the beginning and only the start for you. Divine, what is in the news? Okay, so we have wine and dine. And clarify wine and dine, Divine. Okay, so we have my boo. So dating for a lot of you all will be significant. So wine and dine, courtship, consistently dating, romance, and passion. And then my boo, official status, exclusive relationship, as well as seeing each other openly. So there has been a strong energy of dating. And this definitely feels like it's newer energy. I don't feel as if this is energy that you're revisiting. I don't feel, of course, that revisiting energy is around because people do want to spin the block when it's concerning you. Because I feel like people are truly now seeing your real potential now that you are making things happen. Divine, clarify one more time, wine and dine and my boo. We have for the long haul. Yeah. So in it to win it, long-term intentions as well as invested. So a lot of you all will be taking the next step as far as relationships are concerned. I don't think this energy has evaded any reading, because I feel like there's this energy that's out there. I feel like this is also something that you don't see coming. With my boo, wine and dine, as well as on long haul, I also feel like you could be coming into contact with your people, your spirit team. And I mean that on a physical level, people that you resonate with here with squad, so reconciliation, soul tribe, as well as close friends. I feel like relationships for you will be a very mended and a very healed space moving forward. Divine, what else is here? Okay, so we have that energy of recalling. So memories, missing someone, as well as reminiscing. So the energy is present and now it is coming out. So I feel like people, as a whole, could be thinking about you, thinking about the impact that you could have had if they were still connected to you, or if you were still connected to them. I feel like these are people who are also regretting certain decisions that they made toward you. I feel like these are also people who realize that the way you were handled in a particular situation was very aggressive and it wasn't warranted. That divine recalling, clarify. So we have reading up. So doing the research, learning more, gaining insight, as well as the cleanse. So detox, ridding negativity, as well as purification. Yeah, I feel like people know that in some capacity you are avoiding them. Okay. And this is something that probably isn't going to let up. I feel like people know that you are done with the cleanse, detox, ridding negativity, as well as purification. For a lot of people, you have had some type of spiritual awakening. This is something that they noticed. It doesn't feel religious. It feels spiritual. It feels like it's something that you embody on a regular basis. This isn't predicated on a particular day of the week or anything like this. This is something. This is who you are now. Period. Divine, the last energy concerning this reading here. Okay, so we have lost. So ghosted, cowardice, disappearing act. So it was just like I was saying. I don't feel like these people will be lost forever, but I do feel like you could have had major impact if you were still around a group of people. I feel like these are people at this current moment who are going through, and right now they don't know what to do. They can pray, they can do all of those different things, but it's something about having some sort of guidance, some sort of navigation. This is something that they possibly have never been through before, and they don't know how to navigate through this because they don't have experience with this. I feel like you could have helped. You most certainly could have helped in an environment, because I feel like you were knowledgeable in a lot of ways, and you lifted people up even when you didn't know you did. Divine, lost. Okay, so we have liftoff. So fast action, progression forward, as well as the wait is over. You're leaving a lot of things behind because you're elevating. And I feel like this is why people can't find you as well. You are not easily found. That is one thing I most certainly can say. Most people say lost and found. You are not easily found. You've elevated, you've moved, and you no longer resonate with this particular energy. Divine, liftoff, and lost. We have extra. Yeah. Dramatic, trying too hard, as well as starter. You've gotten far, far, far away from energies that don't mean you any good. Because I feel like if people did come back around and you allowed them to come around, I feel like they would just only give you a different version of what they used to give you previously. Divine, what is the overall message here? So we have the Ace of Cups that came out in reverse. And we have the 10 of Cups upright. Divine, what else is here? We have the Sun as well. And what else, Divine? So we have the Moon coming out right after the Sun. And then we have Temperance as well as the Judgment. Okay, so right off the bat, there are people that your judgment call is solidified. I feel like this is something that people know, but I feel like people are wishing that you thought differently about them, especially with the Judgment and the Temperance. Somebody is hoping that you overturn some sort of decision that you made concerning them, because I feel like this blocks them out of your life. And I feel like somebody could possibly be wanting to reach out to reconnect with you in some way. This is feeling more like friends than romantic partners, but with the Ace of Cups in reverse as well as the 10 of Cups, I don't feel like this is a situation that you are willing to give any form of new emotion to. I feel like you've learned your lesson previously, especially with the Sun and the Moon coming right out together, because I feel like what was revealed to you, I feel like you made the right judgment call. Divine, tell me about the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, so 3 of Cups, 3 of Cups, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, people are seeing now how stable and solid you are. And right now, this doesn't have anything about the way you present yourself. I feel like this is what people see possibly when they view you on social media. But you seem to have come into some sort of peaceful abundance. You're looking well taken care of. Okay, you're looking good at this time. Very attractive, very lush, very abundant. Divine, tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like people want to reconnect with you now because of that. With the 3 of Pentacles, with the 8 of Pentacles, yes, I feel like people are wanting to work on relationships concerning you with the Fool. They want to take new leaps of faith. They want to start things over with you because they feel like now this is a time where things could possibly work out, or maybe you will see them differently. But I feel like you see people exactly how you need to see them, because I don't feel much has changed. Divine, lastly, with the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, don't be surprised if you start to get text messages, DMs, start to receive phone numbers from numbers you used to know, concerning reconciliations, because reconciliation is very high and heavy in the energy right now, and so is karma and balance and all of those things as well. Divine, tell me about the sun here. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands as well as the Two of Wands, because I feel like what's happening is, I feel like you see the true intentions of people. And there was a lot of conflict with you concerning old previous groups that you used to deal with, possibly family as well as romantic partners. I feel like these are people who are deciding to approach you possibly in a new way with the Ace of Pentacles upright. People are wanting to show you that the relationships that they could build with you now could be solid in the near future. But once again, I feel like there's this nod of trusting your intuition, because also what's been very prominent and been very heavy is that Hermit type of energy, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, singular energy, because it seems like you were not blessed. You didn't see forward movement until you got to yourself. So this feels like it could be some sort of divisive trick to possibly pull you back into redundant and repetitive cycles, whether these people know that this is something they're doing or not. But it feels like it could be some type of test or strategy just to make sure that you are done, that you are really finished, complete, and over with the cycle. Divine, Two of Wands concerning the Sun and the Five of Wands. Yeah, with the Four of Wands coming out in reverse, as well as the Eight of Swords. I do feel like if you decided to reconcile with these individuals, I feel like your world will be turned upside down again. I feel like any progressive movement that you've made will be immediately halted, because it's something about taking your focus, removing your focus from a particular situation. You're making too much stride. Seven of Wands. Nine of Wands. I'm getting all these numbers wrong today. Nine of Wands is something that I feel you're supposed to continue to remain blocked from, remain guarded from. I feel like your disposition, your boundaries concerning these people are very solid. Divine, what was the hidden intentions with the Moon? We have the Two of Pentacles with the Moon, as well as the Five of Pentacles. So the overall intention was to honestly breadcrumb you, possibly come into a situation and take from you and then leave, with the Five of Pentacles, with the Knight of Swords. Very flighty type of energy, very energy that's an energy that seems opportunistic here as well. Divine, Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. So we have the Five of Swords, as well as the Hierophant. So the intention honestly was to steal from you, to steal what they will probably feel is your purpose, to put that back on hold, to halt you, to do anything that was necessary, honestly, to stop some growth that they feel was going on with you. Because I feel there was some quiet competition. Five of Wands, Five of Swords. And I feel like these are people who feel like you should not be in the position that you're in. Divine, Five of Swords concerning the Hierophant. So we have the Six of Cups. Yes, these are definitely individuals who you could have dealt with previously from a while ago, who maybe knew of what form of purpose, what you had your goals set out to do, what you wanted to accomplish. And because you're making so much stride, maybe because you're making money, people are jealous. I feel people are jealous. People scheme. They do that all the time, and they do it behind closed doors. This isn't anything that would dare be done in your face. But with the Judgment and Temperance coming in, I feel like karma is balanced exactly where it's supposed to be as far as Judgment and the Temperance. Divine, clarify, please. Judgment and the Temperance. We have the Queen of Cups here. And Divine, clarify the Queen of Cups concerning Temperance and Judgment. We have the Page of Cups. I feel like you're listening to some sort of intuition concerning things that you're supposed to do. This awakening that you have come into, this change in your life with the Judgment and the Temperance. Queen of Cups as well as the Page of Cups. I feel like you're listening to that inner child within in order to pursue some sort of dream. I feel like manifestations for you are very prominent and very heavy at this time, because there's there's a sense of wanting to break yourself free from a particular environment, or maybe even do things differently. Divine Page of Cups here and the Queen of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups, and there you have it. So the Nine of Cups is showing up because, once again, I feel like the judgment call is exactly where you're supposed to be. Singular, purposed, and fulfilled. Getting things done, going after those dreams and goals that you had in mind. And I feel like if you stay to yourself and you stay focused, this is something that most certainly is going to come into fruition for you, because it seems like it's written in the stars for you that this is supposed to be purposed for you. Divine, can you confirm this reading? So we have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups that is showing up for you. Divine, Eight of Cups and Eight of Wands, Knight of Cups. So something is most certainly approaching you. I'll clarify the Eight of Wands in a minute. I do feel like it could possibly be a message. Ten of Pentacles. This could also be some sort of work opportunity that you attracted coming in your way as well, with this pentacle energy showing up. Some sort of manifestation, because something you did is definitely starting to work. Divine, tell me, clarify the Eight of Wands here. And we have the Eight of Swords. So that thing that people could have possibly been trying to restrict you of is showing up now. So 88 could be significant. I feel like something also has been released to you, something that has been on hold. With the Two of Wands. Yeah, so something is moving forward as planned. I feel like this could have been working behind the scenes. Let's just say that this is the divine aligning you with where you're supposed to go, because stability for you is supposed to be a real thing, and you're supposed to be in a place right now where you are very fulfilled. I feel like this is something that you maybe could have been holding on to, something you could have been restricting yourself from here, even as well with the Eight of Swords. But I feel like now the fear or whatever was associated with something being halted for you, I feel like that has been released for you. Divine, Ten of Pentacles here. We have the Seven of Cups. And Divine, tell me about the Seven of Cups. Is this a choice, or is this any form of illusion? We have the Hierophant. Yeah. So this is a decision and a choice that you made, and the Hierophant literally is clarifying itself. Definitely something you're supposed to do. I feel like the choice, the decision that you made, is one that aligns with where you're going to go. I feel like with this decision or choice that you made, there will be long-term stability. I do feel like there will be growth because things are shifting quickly. Divine, lastly, the Hierophant. And we have the Queen of Pentacles that is also coming out. So long story short, you're supposed to be resting pretty. You're supposed to be abundant. I feel like this is a time for you where you're going to begin the beginning process of building some form of long-term stability. There is something that you are going to figure out, or it is going to come your way, possibly through some form of intuition, or even randomly scrolling or studying something. Okay, you're going to be looking for one thing and find something else. Okay, Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box. And if this reading resonated with you and you need a personal reading, check out our sponsor's Psychic Source down below in the description box as well. Using my unique code JMarian, you can get 40 minutes for $19.80. A lot of time to use those resources to gain any insight you need about this reading, or digging and diving more personally into your own. Check those details down below in the description box. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day, and see you in the network. Bye, guys.